This time on Rat and Cat, strange lights in the sky and a secret military base revealed. Hi, Nakia here on Rat and Cat, where we search for those who've gone missing so others can learn how to survive. Most of the time. Other times I talk about family life, country life out here on the farms, and other things that I come across. And one of those things was when we were traveling back and forth between the Portland area and Spokane, Washington. I was up in the gorge and saw some really strange lights across from Arlington, just flickering, kind of like a welder, but I couldn't tell quite what it was, and we drove for a little while and I kept on seeing it over there in the sky. So I eventually just pulled over and took some video of it. And it almost looks like headlamps for machines working, but they're not. Normally you see a beam of a headlight kind of move back and forth. Take a look at it and tell me what you think. After seeing those strange lights, I got really curious and I looked on a map online, a satellite image, and saw that there is actually a waste disposal facility over there, which is most likely where that's coming from. But it's still really odd lights. Like I said, normally heavy machinery, if you see beams of light, and it's really a pulsating light. Which I find really bizarre, and I've gone through the gorge a number of times and asked some other people about it. Nobody's ever seen anything like that. But what was really interesting to me is that I started looking around and noticing the strange patterns around there, and there's all the ring patterns of the farm fields. There's kind of the new patterns that I haven't noticed so much in the past from the windmills that are connected. They kind of look a little bit like a circuit board. And then close by those, I noticed a ring pattern that kind of looked like a bullseye, and that got me really curious. And so I started to examine it more closely and realized that there were tanks and military-style trucks sitting out in the field. It wasn't really marked at all, but I did notice the adjacent road was called a bombing range road. So that explains that. But it is very curious. There's a power plant nearby with a reservoir. It looks like a really odd place for a reservoir, but some huge water pipes going down under the ground straight towards the bombing range. Also, something strange about their power plant is across the reservoir there is the remnants of an old runway, and it really makes me wonder, what were they landing there? And there are several other smaller runways you can see throughout the bombing range. And if you look across the range, you also notice some strange streaks that start out kind of in the middle of it and widen and kind of streak across the whole range. And maybe that's where the water comes out and spills across the land there. Maybe it's a bit of a gully, but why does it come out there in the middle of a bombing range? So it's kind of a curious situation that I just happened across, and I'm wondering, what do you guys think? What do you make of this? Are you familiar with the bombing range in that area and what its which branch of the military it belongs to, and what kind of stuff they do there. Anyhow, that's it for Rat and Cat. I look forward to reading your comments below. Share, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.